I really have to hand it to the Cleveland Browns organization, because originally I thought the reason why they were so aggressive last offseason was in part due to John Dorsey's style. But it appears as if the Cleveland Browns are continuing on the same path that John Dorsey actually blazed for them. And what I'm trying to say is, after trading for Odell Beckham Jr. last season, after acquiring Kareem Hunt last season, after bringing in Olivier Vernon and Sheldon Richardson, and creating this fantastic roster last season, we know what would end up happening to the Cleveland Browns. A team that was considered to be a super team, a team that was destined to finally break through the shackles of mediocrity and finally become that playoff team that their desperate fans have been craving for many, many years. They once again disappointed. And I don't want to really point the blame finger. A lot of people like to blame Baker Mayfield. Some people like to blame Freddie Kitchens. For some reason, John Dorsey and Freddie Kitchens were to blame here. And I don't really understand John Dorsey, because I was a huge supporter of his. I always thought that John Dorsey was exactly what the Cleveland Browns needed. This is a team that is mired in mediocrity. This is a team that won one game within a 2-year span. You need to be aggressive to break them out of this terrible spell and to establish a brand new culture. So I was kind of shocked when the Cleveland Browns decided to fire John Dorsey at the end of the 2019 year. And I'm even more shocked that they're pretty much continuing his style of talent acquisition. But guess what? Unfortunately, those woes and the Cleveland Browns past appears to be catching up to them, because a year ago, Odell Beckham Jr. came in with a ton of optimism as to changing the culture of the Browns. 2 years ago, Jarvis Juice Landry was spotted with this incredible segment on Hard Knocks where he pretty much yelled at his teammates and said that we are done losing and we're changing the culture. Well, it appears that as a result of being unable to shift the culture and the narrative of the Cleveland Browns, some players do not want to go there. At least that's the way I'm perceiving it. Break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Your boy Mike back again with another video. Guys, before we get to the content, I'm just going to announce that I do live stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 9 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/FlightMike. A link to that's going to be in the description down below. I might be streaming literally at the moment this video is up and you're watching it, so pop on by, say what's up, and let's discuss some football together. On top of that, guys, I completely changed the way I do TikToks now. I do TikToks that are pretty much short form versions of my current content, so be sure to check me out on TikTok. It's at the Flight Mike. Now, there's a lot of things that I need to discuss here, because there's a lot of things I don't understand. The Cleveland Browns are being as aggressive as ever, trying to get Jadeveon Clowney, who's arguably, well, no, it's not even arguable. He is the top defensive prospect, or the top defensive free agent that's left on the market. And I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of how I feel about this. And I'm also going to mention how I'm very, very confused about this situation. Because apparently, a couple days ago, it was like a foregone conclusion that it was only a matter of time before Jadeveon Clowney would join the Cleveland Browns. But you see, that's not what ended up happening. Here's the thing, before we jump into the actual X's and O's of Jadeveon Clowney's contract, I need you guys to talk to me and tell me in the comment section down below, because I do try to analyze a lot of this for you guys. I do try to clarify on why things are happening and why things are the way they are in the NFL, but this is one of those things that I, for the life of me, cannot figure out, so maybe you guys could help me. And I hope you guys don't take this the wrong way. I am coming at you guys with a ton of humility, and I'm hoping you guys could educate me. So people in the comment section, please tell me, why is Jadeveon Clowney so valued as a player? I understand he's a former #1 overall pick. I understand when he was in South Carolina, he had this crazy hit on a player on Michigan. I don't even know his name. And that just showed how great and ferocious of a tackler he is and his tremendous athletic potential. But since coming to the NFL, we're talking about a player that has notched a total of 32 sacks in 6 seasons. That is less than 6 sacks per year. Now look, I understand sacks are a very pedestrian way to judge how great of a pass rusher is, so I dove in a little bit. I checked out some Pro Football Focus, shout out to them for the analytics, and I saw that Jadeveon Clowney in 2019 finished as the 10th highest graded edge defender and won on 16.6 of his pass rushing reps, which ranked 29th. So look, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic. I don't think it's worthy of a market-setting contract. The kid has made it to 3 Pro Bowls from the 2016 to 2018 season, and he was also a second-team All-Pro in 2016. And no, he didn't make the Pro Bowl last season either. And bear in mind that he had J.J. Watt on the other side of the defensive line throughout his entire career up until last year. I'll give him credit, though. He's really good at getting to the quarterback. He has 80 quarterback hits throughout his career, and he has notched 71 tackles for loss throughout his career, and he has a combined 236 tackles. He's a good player. I just don't think he's worth shelling out, DeMarcus Lawrence money or Khalil Mack money for. Which is ironic because Khalil Mack was drafted 4 spots after him, and the only reason the Houston Texans didn't draft Khalil Mack over Jadeveon Clowney to begin with is, well, Khalil Mack went to a really, really small school and Jadeveon Clowney played in the SEC. But I digress. Even if Jadeveon Clowney is as incredible as people are making him out to be, which with all due respect, I still don't understand, so please let me know in the comment section down below. I don't understand how he's going about handling his free agency, because this is also a player that is currently recovering from surgery and he isn't really able to show what he's got to teams that are interested, but at the same time, he's not interested in re-signing with the Seahawks because he wanted more money. And then when the Cleveland Browns offer him the amount of money he wants to join a fairly promising roster, he doesn't want to take it. So to give you a 411, this is what Adam Schefter thinks about the entire situation on Jadeveon Clowney. In terms of the Cleveland Browns, he says, I think they've been the most aggressive team with him financially, and I just think he has balked at going to Cleveland for whatever reason. I think he's been hesitant to go because if he wasn't, he would have gone already because it's the most money. It's the richest offer on the table, and he hasn't taken it. So why is that? I don't know. Is that not wanting to be in that city? Is that a lack of belief in the organization? I don't know what it is, but there's no doubt that Cleveland has offered the most money to date. For whatever reason, he has not been willing to take it so far. That doesn't mean that it couldn't change, but it hasn't changed just yet. So the biggest issue is, back in the day when you would play Madden, you'd be able to look at what a free agent would want. Whenever you're trying to sign him, what's the most important thing to him? Some free agents want to play in a specific city or play in their hometown. Some free agents want a lot of money, and some free agents just want a chance to win a Super Bowl. Well, the interesting thing about Jadeveon Clowney is he's received offers from a phenomenal contending team, which, by the way, the Seattle Seahawks, I don't care what you think about them, no matter how the makeup of their roster is, they are always contending for a Super Bowl so long as they have Russell Wilson under center. Let's just get that straight. He also got an offer from a team that you could argue could be contending this year. Of course, the culture isn't as rock steady as the Seattle Seahawks is, but he's got a great offer on the table from them, and he still isn't that interested in it. So the problem is, imagine you're playing Madden, you pretty much can't see what Jadeveon Clowney is interested in. You don't know what Jadeveon Clowney wants because maybe he wants more money. Maybe he wants to play for Carolina, which is where he is from. He's from South Carolina, but the Carolina Panthers are rebuilding. That wouldn't really make a lot of sense. Would he want to play for his hometown that much? I don't know. To be honest, this entire situation really confuses me. I can't figure out or put a finger on what Jadeveon Clowney is gunning for, nor do I understand what his value is, nor do I understand what would be an acceptable amount to offer him without kind of feeling crappy that you offered him that amount. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to end up signing Jadeveon Clowney? Wouldn't it be really funny if he somehow ended up on the Houston Texans again? I think that'd be hilarious. I don't think it could happen, but I think it would be so funny if they're able to pull that off regardless. But he's not going to go back to the Seahawks, clearly. He turned down the offer from the Cleveland Browns. I think he's just trying to gun for a more expensive contract, a better contract, because there isn't really much of a market for Jadeveon Clowney outside of Cleveland and maybe the Tennessee Titans. If you ask me, I think the Tennessee Titans are a phenomenal fit for Clowney, but I feel like at the same time, the Cleveland Browns offer him so much potential. Like, that defense is nothing to sneeze at, man. You have Greedy Williams, Demarius Randall, Sheldon Richardson, and assuming he comes back, you have Myles Garrett. It's a pretty freaking good defense. I'm sure I'm forgetting some players, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'll catch you guys in our next upload.